Hello, this is Pete or Kenshin1913, and this is another Kenshin1913 vlog. And in this vlog, I'm going to discuss about something that's sort of near and dear to my heart. Okay, just recently I got a magazine in the mail. I was about to say email. I got a magazine in the mail that told me that this was the final issue of Nintendo Power. That's right. I'm going to talk about Nintendo Power. That's right. Goodbye, Nintendo Power. As you can see, this is the final issue right here. And me and my brother have been collecting Nintendo Power forever. So it's kind of interesting to see. It's kind of sad to see, Nintendo Power go. We were actually a subscriber for quite some time. And so today I'm going to kind of talk about, my history with Nintendo Power. This isn't really getting to know Kenshin1913. It's more of just a vlog about, the passing of Nintendo Power. Basically, back in 1988, Nintendo Power was a magazine that started with, what is it? It started basically where they would, when the system came out, they would give tricks and hints and all that stuff to the to the person when they bought the magazine. So basically, it kind of grew into. It originally started out. I don't know how close I can get right here, but originally started out as just they made issues for various things, certain games and whatnot, and they would focus on certain games. And then some they actually made strategy guides, such as the Super Mario Brothers strategy guide, the Final Fantasy strategy guide. There was another one. There was a couple of strategy guides that they came in. Anyways, I was collecting Nintendo Power magazines since probably right here, the Ninja Turtles magazine. So I only missed the first few. And it started in 1988, as you can see. And it was a really great magazine, especially since Nintendo was kind of the only. I'll kind of just show this. I don't know how I'm going to do this, but essentially, since Nintendo was the only game in town, this was a great magazine to get to find out various things about Nintendo games that were coming out, and basically. It was really good, in the beginning because they had all kinds of hints and tricks and tips and all kinds of different things that they would have in in like the magazine. They would have cartoons and comics. They would give tricks and tips like codes and strategies on how to play the game and whatnot. And they had all kinds of things. I hope this is I don't know how well this is going to come out here. But yeah, so there's a lot of issues, as you can see here. So let's start off with Nintendo Power and why I loved it. I loved it because they go through this final issue. They basically go through like the history of Nintendo Power, and they have greatest moments and whatever. And this issue right here. This is the Simon's Quest issue. This is where they showed a decapitated Dracula head on it, and apparently kids were having nightmares about that issue, and they had to pull that from the stands. But as you can see, they had a thing down here. It was called Counselor's Corner, and that was really awesome because they used to give you all kinds of hints on how to do stuff. And if you see this guy right here, this guy right here, his name is Nestor, alright? And he used to be like the Nintendo Power mascot, where he would play games and whatnot. And Nestor was the cool guy. And actually, there was I forget what year. I think it was 1989. I'm not sure, but if you got a subscription, if you purchased a subscription to Nintendo Power magazine, they would actually give you a Dragon Warrior copy, a copy of the Dragon Warrior games. So that was pretty cool. I don't know if that's how I got mine. I don't remember, but they had specific like contests and stuff, and all kinds of various various content. And you know, they had the Mario 3 strategy guide, which I did own for quite some time. But as I was young, I didn't really take care of things as well as I do now. You know, they had a Final Fantasy strategy guide. I never got that one. They had games like Maniac Mansion, and they would talk about all kinds of stuff. And what I really liked, uh, what I really liked as a kid was the way that they portrayed the games. Like they showed it cartoons and stuff, and they had like hand drawn animations of things in the game. And this is 1991 now, and this is when they actually got rid of Nestor. They just said, oh, that's enough. And then they had like Game Boys and stuff. And yeah, one thing that I really loved about these magazines is that they would they would kind of like, as a child, you'd look at it and you'd look at the pictures of all the characters and everything, and they would just kind of you know, they would just like provoke the imagination. And I'd always just like look at these pictures like of Final Fantasy 3 over here, and I'd see like the characters and everything, and then I'd be like, oh, cool, I can't wait to play that game. Oh man, that's gonna be great. This and that and the other. And they had you know, they had various things. Just kind of looking back, this is Chrono Trigger here. They had all kinds of like ads, and it was just really cool. And I remember there being a few exclusive comics in there, like the Super Metroid. They had Link to the Past. They had Star Fox and other things. But you know, mainly if you want to get, oh yeah, and then from Counselor's Corner. Oh no, maybe they didn't get rid of Ness right in 91. Maybe he was later. But anyways, then they changed Counselor's Corner to classified information, where they would give you, again, tips and tricks and hints on everything. And as Nintendo brand got bigger with with uh, with the Game Boy and the Virtual Boy and the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64, you know, more and more games were being shown. So they actually had quite a bit, and they actually showed like a lot of things, like down here. This was the expansion pack that they were going to have on Nintendo 64, and it was going to be pretty cool. And so, if you wanted to get any information about Nintendo or like what games are coming out, Nintendo Power was probably the source to go to for that. And let's see if there's anything else here worth showing. And let's see. Yeah, so Nintendo Power was like a huge part of my video gaming childhood, because you know, I'd look and I'd see all the different games that they'd have and stuff. And I do have to say, over the years, as we collected these issues, over the years, when I stopped getting Nintendo games, such as right after Nintendo 64, there was kind of a huge period where I didn't have a Nintendo system, a new Nintendo system. I didn't get the GameCube for a long time. You know, I didn't want Nintendo Power anymore because you know, we didn't have any games, and like all they would do was talk about Nintendo games. So I was like, yeah, forget it. So you know, over the years, it's kind of like gone away, and we haven't ever not subscribed to it because it was really cheap. It was like 12 issues. It was like $15 or something, so it wasn't that bad for like a year. And we would get all kinds of gifts, and they'd have the Nintendo Power Hotline in here, which I called quite a many times, with Dragon Warrior and Simon's Quest and Lufia 2 and all these games in the back of the day. But what was I gonna say? So yeah, as you know, there was that period with the GameCube where I was like, man, we should probably get rid of this. And then you know, the Wii came out, and Game Boy Advance, and you know, the DS and everything, and we're like, okay, we purchased those systems, so we're like, okay, let's keep Nintendo Power. It was really cool, and you know, this is just like something that goes to show you that times are changing, and you know, print is slowly dying, and you know, I guess people just don't want to read stuff in magazines anymore. They'd rather have it on their tablets and whatnot, and just look at it that way. I'm trying to think of what else. So yeah, you know, it's just kind of sad to see it go, but it has been around for 25 years, and even though, you know, I have had my ups and downs with it, because like seriously, I loved like all this stuff, like from up here to here. Around here it started getting a little like, I don't want it anymore, this is stupid. But you know, and then I always used to think, oh, of course they're gonna they're gonna say the Nintendo games are the best games, give them the best scores. But actually, they, to be fairly honest, they would try to be as accurate as they could with all the games, and if the game was a real dud, they would tell you it was a real dud most of the time. But yeah, I'm just kind of sad to see it go, and Nintendo Power was pretty awesome, and it will be missed. I mean, there's not any other. I don't know if PlayStation or Xbox has their own magazine just for their own system, but Nintendo was able to do it for quite a while, and yeah, so. Nintendo Power RIP. This has been Kenshin1913. I will see you in another vlog. This has been, well, I already said it. Alright, bye.